Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Matthew Perry was lonely and longing for a wife and a family when he died, after a string of failed relationships left him feeling sad and depressed, sources told DailyMail.com. The Friends star, 54, was found dead on Saturday at his home in Los Angeles, and close sources say that Perry longed for stepchildren, thanks to his great relationship with his own stepdad Keith Morrison. Perry never married, and he ended his engagement to Molly Hurwitz, a talent manager, in 2021. He also dated several well-known actresses throughout his life, including Julia Roberts and Lizzy Caplan. Matthew always dreamed of having the perfect family, a source close to the star told DailyMail.com. He wanted a wife and at least a couple of kids. And he said he wouldn't even mind marrying a woman who already had kids. No one meant more to Perry in this world than his stepfather Keith Morrison, the host of Dateline, who married his mother in 1981, the source said. Perry's mother Suzanne and stepfather have been happily married for 42 years. The actor said Keith always treated him as if he were his own son, and it would be great to give a good life to children that belonged to someone he loved the way Keith loved his mom and him. Perry was also mystified by the fact that most of his friends' costers seemed to escape lasting love too, the sources said. Lately the star has been looking for love again. But a string of failed relationships left him feeling sad and depressed, and as if he would never find that love he longed for. Matthew dated dozens of women. But in the end, he always felt they were only interested in his money and his fame. And he was generous to a fault. He would shower women with gifts only to have them pack up their goodies and walk away. In the end, I think his years of fighting demons, drugs, and alcohol took a toll on him, and on his health, and eventually he would end up alone again. Last winter Perry became gravely ill, says the source revealed. We were all worried he would not recover this time. He spent over a month in the hospital, causing him to lose weight and look haggard and worn out. But somehow, as Matthew always seems to do, he survived and held out hope that new job or that new woman was just around the corner. All Matt ever wanted was to be happy, says the source. But he was always looking for love and happiness in all the wrong places. How sad that when he died he was reportedly alone. The actor, who shot the fame as the sarcastic Chandler Bing in the seminal 90s sitcom, was found dead at his house in Los Angeles on Saturday, after emergency crews were called at around 4 p.m. local time. He had reportedly played a 2-hour game of pickleball, a sport similar to tennis, but played on a smaller court earlier in the day, before sending his assistant out on an errand. When they returned. Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Perry was said to be found unresponsive in his hot tub. Perry won a worldwide fan base for his role as Chandler in Friends, earning him an Emmy nomination in 2002, but behind the glitz and glamour, he secretly battled substance abuse for decades. Massachusetts-born Perry grew up in Canada, where he attended school with Justin Trudeau, who is now the country's prime minister. After moving to Perry starred as Chaz Russell in Boys Will Be Boys, and also had roles in shows including sitcom Growing Pains, before becoming a global superstar as Chandler. This was the only guy to play him, creator of Friends Marta Kaufman said in the 2021 reunion special. The star laid bare the height of his terrible drug and alcohol addiction battle, which nearly cost him his life, in a memoir titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, a memoir. Perry also revealed that his colon ruptured as a result of his opioid addiction when he was 49. Doctors gave him only a 2% chance of survival, and he was in a coma for 2 weeks, followed by months more in the hospital. Perry required 14 surgeries to help repair all of the abdominal damage, and he admitted to having gone to rehab 15 times over the years, in hopes of kicking his drug addiction. At one point during his Friends career, he admits he was taking 55 Vicodin a day, and was down to 128 pounds, but yet he didn't know how to stop. He told an interviewer in 2016 that he doesn't remember filming 3 seasons of Friends. I had this odd rule that I would never drink on a set, Perry said. But I went to work in extreme cases of hangover. It's so horrible to feel that way and have to work and be funny on top of that. He even revealed he would go to real estate open houses, not because he was interested in buying property, but to see if he could steal drugs from medicine cabinets. Chandler, being the group's most sarcastic and quick-witted, but occasionally awkward and insecure, member, quickly became a fan favorite. Perry and his co-stars Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc and David Schwimmer negotiated $1 million each per episode by the end of their colossally popular and each setting 236-episode run. In a sign of the show's enduring appeal, the gang reportedly pocketed $2.5 million each for a reunion episode in 2021. During that episode, Perry's slurred speech prompted concern among fans. Perry also surprised his co-stars by admitting to having suffered severe anxiety every night during the filming of the sitcom. Born on August 19, 1969 in Massachusetts, Perry grew up in Ottawa and was raised by his mother, Keith Morrison, a Canadian writer and former press aide for Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau.